How do I work on memorizing my pieces? This is the subject in today's video from my series, Practice Tips for Piano Students. When we perform for an audience, we need to rely on our memory. We need to feel that each of the pieces that we're about to perform have been securely memorized in order to have a pleasant, rewarding, comfortable experience on stage for both performer and audience. So how do we get to that point? I will share with you some of the techniques that I have used in the past, hoping that they will also work for you. When I want to learn a new piano piece, I take the piece away from the piano and I start looking at it as a conductor, as a composer, and as a singer. I take the score with me and I begin to analyze everything I see. Key signature, time signature, sections, movements, tempo markings. I conduct the piece, but I also sing the melody or the melodies in both parts, right hand and left hand. That gives me already a sense of the piece. It gives me a familiarity with the music. And I begin to feel that I'm constructing the piece in my memory before I even touch the piano. By the time I sit down and start reading the notes, the process of memorization has already started. So I follow this up with a slow, accurate reading of the music, and I try to keep my eyes on the score for as long as possible. That gives me a secure feeling that I have a photographic image of the page in my mind. And I continue reading for as long as I can. When I want to test my memory, one of my favorite ways of doing it is by keeping the score open in front of me, but trying not to look at it unless I have to. That gives me an idea which sections are strong and which sections need more work. And I will continue testing in this way until I'm able to close the book altogether, put it away, and start playing the entire piece from beginning to end. So I believe that memorization needs to happen naturally, without pressure, by playing the piece a lot, by analyzing the piece. The pressure would happen only in occasions when you have deadlines. For example, you have a competition coming up, you have a new piece that you need to learn, or you have an exam or some kind of event or occasion where you're learning something new. Now, of course, you have to force the memory. You have to make sure that you're going to be ready for that. So in those occasions, I would have to work a little more intensely on memorization. One of the things I do is take sections apart, practice a lot each hand separately, and go directly to the hardest sections, technically and for memory. And I try to take care of those harder sections and then the rest of the piece. So I go from hardest to easiest. And then you test the memory constantly. You try to play from memory 2 measures at a time, 4 measures at a time, 6 measures at a time, and you repeat and repeat and repeat. The name of the game is repetition when it comes to forcing the memory. If that's not the case, then repetition is not needed, not that much. It's always good to repeat though, but not with that level of intensity. Another way of developing good memory skills is by playing your old pieces from memory as many times as you can. Because I find that the more pieces you have in your memory, the easier it is to learn new pieces and memorize new pieces. Because you're constantly exercising your memory skills. And they keep improving. So these are some of the techniques that I use for memorization. I hope they work for you. And as always, I invite you to contact me if you need any further details on any of these ideas. I will be more than happy to share with you. So until next time, this is Martin Soderberg saying goodbye.